Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamscha Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Jakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Kipaikavitta Yamaryatta Rakshati Vaishnavanam Kripavalam Aravaprastakami Sri Bhakti Dham Paradimashyayami Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhupyaivaja Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Gaura. Dandavat Pranam to all of you, and I hope you all doing well in your bhajan and sadhana. So yes, last time we had the opportunity to especially remember for the New Year, starting of the New Year, Guru and Vaishnava, and to remember our Gaudiya Guru Varga and what kind of sacrifice they have really done for us. It was, Babaji Maharaj often says that Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, he used to say that the devotees of the Gaudiya Math, they are like fire wicked men. So that is the real identity of the Gaudiya Math devotees. And yes, because Prabhupada and all those disciples.
Can you repeat? Prabhuji, what they are like? Fire what?
Fire wicked man. You know the firework man who put the water when it is burning.
Firework.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, that is the identity of the Gaudiya Math devotees. And we know how our Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he saw that each and every jiva is really burning, in this material existence. And he naturally, like a father who is rescuing his child from the burning house, he was ready, or he is ready, he is still there for us to help those jivas who are really burning. And Prabhupada himself did not really care about his own health or his diet or anything related to his body. So very, very careless he was with this. And that's why sometimes there's one picture also in the internet where Prabhupada is only like 60 years, but he looks like so old already, because he has given the last drop of energy for all the jivas here, because they are totally aware of the dangerous situation which is prevailing everywhere. And so how can we, the bonded jivas, who are not even aware of their own dangerous situation, how we can serve Vaishnavas properly, That is the question. Unless we ourselves, we are realizing that the whole existence is really on fire, as well as others. So we ourselves, others, all they are burning. So if that is not clear to us, we will never have that spirit of actually a Gaudiya devotee. And those Prabhupada, he did not care, even when he was sick. No, still he was going on and speaking Harikatha, and we saw also now the whole Kartik months also, Babaji Maharaj had some problem. Now also there was some health issues, but still they are always ready to shower us with that nectarian Harikatha. So that is, if we look at the life of Sadananda Swami, also he was severely sick, so sick, very heavy, so much different tropical kind of fever, which was very difficult to cure, and he was always feeling hot and cold, and it comes just suddenly and but it was like chronicle, no doctor could really solve it. But still he would always go on and translate so many Vaishnava scriptures that time. So the Vaishnava Seva, they are not stopping under any circumstances. They are severely sick. So this great Vaishnavas, what kind of risk they are taking for us, no? We have no really realization about all this. In this world we may see that we can give one example, like a father also, that if that father is even insured, has an injury, and is at home, let's say he's insured, and but suddenly somehow a fire breaks out at the home, and then the father will be ready. The question is, no, because surely the father knows now what is more important, because if all the small children are there, the wife is there, then even though he has an injury, he will jump out of his bed and try to save all his children and wife all around him. He will immediately jump out of his bed to rescue all their family members. So that is the same thing. The Vaishnavas, they also, even they are sick, and even they have injuries and this and that, but they see their children burning, and they just jump into to help them, to try to rescue them. So because for them that is more important now, no, than their own health or their own in whatever situation they are. They feel it the utmost necessity now to save their children. When we know when Srila Bhakti Bragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he was sending one of his disciples, that time it was Sajan Sevak Brahmachari, which later became Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and he told also to Vaman Goswami, to Sajan Sevak, because he was sick, he had fever, like very high fever, but suddenly like 40-50 devotees arrived at the mat, and Prabhupada, not Prabhupada, it was Vinod Prabhu Keshav Maharaj, he told Sajan Sevak that he should go in the kitchen and now cook. So he had now to go out in this condition, severely sick, high fever, and then start to cook, because nobody was there. No one else had. He had the responsibility for that. And then now he cooked for all these devotees, and even in that condition. So what life they were giving, no? How they are serving Gurudev. So to be able to serve Gurudev, really, the first thing what we need to realize is in what danger we are really in, and then automatically one will feel also the need of helping others. But if we can even feel it necessary to help ourselves, to follow all the process, to follow all the ideas and instructions what Guru and Vaishnava are giving, then how we can save others. So the more we realize really this, then the greater will also be the sacrifice which we can make. So we should always try to remember what Babaji Maharaj told us, that yes, bhajan is not a joke. It is really a matter of life and death, and those Vaishnavas, they see this. It's really not a joke, and it's very serious about life and death. But we don't realize ourselves, our dangerous position. So all those things are necessary to serve Guru and Vaishnava. So we have to realize this. And also we spoke last time, because all this Guru Tattva, I think we should try to speak, especially because Guru Dev is always, or Babaji Maharaj is always telling us that his craving request is to all of us that really we should more and more discuss Guru and Vaishnav Tattva. But to this, all other things are related, no? Because Jiva Tattva, Guru Tattva, Maya Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, that we have to all somehow, it's all in connection with Guru Tattva. To understand first ourselves, then we can know also the necessity of taking shelter at the Guru. And so I think the best way is to continue, just for now, to discuss more and more about Guru and Vaishnav Tattva, and because it is only if really one is grounded in that, no, that the real palace, like the palace of Bhakti, can be built. It is like the foundation of everything. So it is like the backbone. If you see at the backbone in the body, then without the backbone, or just if the backbone has one slight injury, no, then already the whole body can be paralyzed. So if the spine, if the backbone is not intact, so Guru Tattva has to be clearly understood, and then the whole body can function. But if there is some doubt or some lacking and this and that, like a small, slightest mistrust or this, then our whole bhajan can be paralyzed actually. And also there is one place in Puri, it's called the Kornak temple, and that is the temple of the sun god. And there it said, I heard that there's inside one magnet, and that is a very ancient temple, very beautiful. Also so many ancient carvings. It's like big blocks of stone. No? At that time they built like those temples like this. And that whole temple rests on a magnet inside. So that is somehow holding the structure. So if that magnet would be taken out, then the whole temple would just collapse or would fall down. So this is the same with Gurudev. If Gurudev is not in the center of our life, then also all our bhajan will collapse down. It's not possible. We cannot do anything. And yes, we spoke also yesterday. I think we can continue with that Guru Tattva. And last time also we discussed something about how important it is to, because so many disturbances coming in life, we have to tolerate so many things, our mind, our external conditions. And there Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, no? Matra sparshas tu kauntya sitoshna sukha dukkhata agama pinyo nityas tamsti dikshava bharata. So he said we have to learn to tolerate all those elements. So they mainly are three disturbances which are caused by other people or by nature or from our own mind, no? So, and if we cannot tolerate, that means we are impatient, we have no patience, but this it is seen very often that impatience, it leads to wrong decisions. So sometimes we have to tolerate, otherwise the situation becomes worse, no? If you, yeah, if we are not able to tolerate all these urges of the senses, and then this can lead to so many other issues, no, like health issues, addictions, or even going to jail because one is not able to control his senses. So our senses, they are like, in Bhagavatam is described, they are like wild horses. They are dragging us everywhere and in all different kinds of directions. And they always want to taste, smell, and touch and see nice things, the object of this world. But really, if we look closer at it, we will see that to be the enjoyer is a great illusion, and that we want to learn, because there is nothing in this world which is actually meant for our selfish enjoyment. But so this whole nature, with all what we can see or not see, that is all Prakriti. And Prakriti can only be enjoyed by one Purush. And the only right on Prakriti has really Shiva in this material world. No? He is the he has the predominating deity over this Prakriti. So it is only because of Shiva is entering our chitta, the inner core of the heart. Shiva is also called the Mool Ahankara Tattva. So that is the root of the Ahankara Tattva, the false ego. And that we think that we can enjoy in this material world. No, that is just one illusion. It now gives us maybe the impression as if we are the master of the object. That illusion is created like this way, that it always lets us feel that we are the master of the things in this world. But in reality, it is Shiva in that form who is actually the enjoyer of the nature. And we have been cheated by that most expert magician, no? So many lives we are living in that, many of us, most of us, we are still living under this illusion. And Babaji Maharaj is also sometimes asking us that who is enjoying whom in this material world? Is Urvashi enjoying Purava or Purava Urvashi? No, that is the question. It is only metta. So how can metta enjoy metta? It is not possible. So to tolerate these urges of the senses means to really reflect deeply about one nature, who we are really. Chivere Swarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas. We are the eternal servant of Krishna. And so we are supposed to serve him and not to enjoy Prakriti. And also we have to tolerate our mind. So in the mind so many things come in. If we are not able to tolerate it, if we try to fulfill each and every desire which is popping up in our mind, then sooner or later we will be burned up. So we have to learn really to tolerate those urges, or some we have to even ignore, and be very careful in its selection, what to do. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam is one very nice description, which is saying, Nayam janome sukha dukkha hetur, na te vatma graha karma kalaha, manaha param karanam amananti, samsaram chakram parivartayat. It is saying that Brahmana, that Avanti Brahmana, who is speaking, that is that from 11th canto, he is saying that actually that they are not the people in this world, they are the cause of my suffering. They're also not the devatas, they are also the demigods. They are also not the cause of my suffering. And it is also not devat atma, it is also not my body. And graha means the stars. No, sometimes we blame the stars. Oh, now Rahu is in a bad position and Ketu and this and that. But he is saying, no, no, the stars are also not the problem for my suffering. It is also not karma. It is also not kala, time. So what is then the suffering? He says, manaha paramam karamam amananti. So everything lies in our mind. No? Everything is starting there. So if we really have control of our mind, the mind can be our best friend or it can be our worst enemy. So if that is under control, because if our mind is not under control, we can live in a kingdom but feel like in hell. But or we can live in hell but live like in a kingdom. So it depends not on outside circumstances really. So these are all some things which we discussed also a little bit last time, and but I think if we can remember now a little bit Guru Tattva, so because all of you also have heard a lot on this topic, so I think it's appropriate because it will surely be pleasing to Guru and Vaishnava if we can go on discussing this Guru and Vaishnava Tattva from different angles. So if someone likes to speak or to share something about Guru Tattva, I can also say something more later, but maybe for now someone else can say something on this if he likes. That would be great. What do you think?
Krishna Prabhuji, only because you asked me, I'm going to say something.
Yes.
Because I know something. Because you are giving time and giving us the service. So I realized, for example, I heard here.
I'm sorry to just interrupt. I don't know. Is it possible to speak a little bit louder? Maybe I hear only
Oh,
you.
yes,
Now it's better. Yes.
now it's better. Okay. So we got together here. Now it's the beginning of the year. Many people are on vacation. We had the opportunity to gather some students from the study group, some disciples of Srila Maharaj, to do some service together. We were discussing. Some people were saying, "Oh, but some say my family says that we do too much service, and there is no time for doing other things. Why? How can we explain to our families that we are doing that what we're doing is necessary?" So I think when we look to the Vaishnava and when we talk about the Vaishnavas and we realize the huge sacrifice they do. Srila Shamdas Babaji Maharaj once started a beautiful Harikatha saying that the sadhu, the Vaishnava, he doesn't need to dress up like a sannyasi or to wear the same color all over his life, to wrap himself in a white sheet. He doesn't do this to attract respect of other people. He's dressing like that, like a doctor dress in a uniform for people to know, oh, he is the doctor. That person is dressed like a doctor because he can cure me.
Yes.
So the Vaishnava is dressed the way he's dressed because he's giving a signal to the other human beings and he's saying, look, I can give you the answer of your problems. I can help you. I'm dressed like this for you to understand that I'm here to help. So they cancel all their vanity. They cancel, even they don't cover themselves like we would. No? For example, we see that Shamdas Babaji Maharaj never used stitch things. Stitch things. He never wears.
Yes, yes,
things.
yes.
Sorry, I'm helping the translation here because they're not understanding what I'm saying. Então, and then they can get some wind passing through the cloths. they cover themselves in a different way. They offer their own health. Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj realized at a certain point of his life he was becoming curbed.
Yes, yes.
But he never tried to stop. He never went like to fix his body. We would go immediately to a doctor to say, "Oh, I have this. I cannot become curved because I'm going to be curved
Right,
the rest
right,
of my
right.
life." But they don't care. They don't care. They offer the whole thing into the fire of devotion. And then when you talk about it, when you understand it, you realize the effort that that person is doing. For example, if there is only one person working in a family, that person will say to all others, to the sons, to the wife, they're going to say, "Listen, I'm bringing money to this house. You're not working. You're all depending on me." They keep repeating this, but sometimes the other people don't understand. Or for example, a mother who's cooking for, I don't know, for 10 people, 20 people that came to visit, and nobody's going to the kitchen to help her. She's coming up and down with boxes of tomatoes, potatoes, and flour and everything, and everybody's talking in the living room. How fair is this? They all want to eat, but they want to be served. In the same way, the Vaishnavas are helping us understand that only cooking is not enough. Who's going to cook on your next life? Who's going to work in the next life and in the other life? Today maybe you are the man working for the whole family, but next life maybe you have a paralysis, you cannot work. Who's going to work for you? If you have different stars and you're not able to work, who's going to work for you? So the Vaishnavas are saying the problem is not working now. The problem is not cooking now. The problem is an eternal problem. And you're going to have to face the same difficulties next life. Next life, are we going to open in the same shop? Are we going to open a factory? Are we going to produce cheese, tofu, whatever are we going to produce? Again? And again? The next one? And again? For how many lives are we going to open factories of tofu? I'm joking with one of the devotees that are here, that she's trying to, with a lot of effort, to establish a factory of tofu, organic tofu, and build like a stable life, which is a nice work. It's a nice goal because it's necessary. But beyond this, there is something else. There is this fire is burning. And next life, she's going to have to take birth again and open a new factory again. So what the Vaishnavas are trying to do is more than cooking for everyone, is more than providing money for the family. They are providing eternal support. And we have to see that they are really cooking for 8 billion jivas in a human form, and all the other jivas that are going to become human in another space-time frame. So if we have pity of the mother who's cooking for everybody, and then we go to the kitchen and start helping her with the pots, with the plates, with the dishes, because we cannot be so selfish to be sitting in the sofa and enjoying the show that the mother is producing. And we cannot only be at home being like a vagabond, like Trump, who doesn't want to work while everybody else is eating, spending money. We have to help the Father. We realize that. But way more high than this, there is someone that is working for everyone, and they are using their body, their health. They are studying like mad. They are chanting the holy names of the Lord. They are accepting to take cold shower in winter. They are also accept to not get any marital relationship, they don't get hugs. A Vaishnava is not hugged by anyone. Nobody kisses his cheeks. No, a real Vaishnava like Shamdas Babaji Maharaj never gets a massage. You see? So, how are we going to behave when we realize that there is someone that is living such sacrifice for all of us? Are we going to say, okay, I'm going to listen to the Harikatha once in a while when I'm inspired to think about God? Or are we going to realize that there is someone that is doing a huge effort for us, and we're looking at him like a TV show, like something like a movie that you can watch whenever you want. Oh, now I have time. In the weekends I can listen to one Harikatha. Or are we going to realize that he is the fireman saving me from the burning house, and I have to do something too, because I see and I recognize the effort that he's doing. I'm not so selfish that I'm going to think only about my dinner, only about my tofu factory, only about my beautiful house in the countryside. I have to do something, because there is someone which is responsible for all the human beings. And he's taking this responsibility so seriously, with my help and without my help. So I have to help. I have to realize that he needs help. And I would be a monster not to help such a person. I would be insensitive not to help such a person. I would be a psychopath, whatever words we can use, a demon, a dirty, crazy demon, like Maharaj said, if I don't help. It doesn't matter if I'm dressed in beautiful organic cotton, and if I have perfume on my hair, and I have flowers in front of my house. If I don't consider what he is doing without perfume, without combing his hair, without dressing properly, my perfume and my cleanliness and my organic cloths are worse than garbage, because there is someone that is going beyond all this for me and for my brothers and for my sons and for everybody who's take birth in the future. They are working hard now. So the minimum I can do is listen about it, realize the difference of my life and their life, and do something like a responsible person, like an adult. So who's the adult? He who helps the Vaishnava, or he who helps himself? Who's the adult? This is the question that Tarun Krishna Prabhu is trying to answer for us, talking about Guru Tattva and Vaishnava Tattva. Who am I putting first? My own interest, or the interest of the Sangha, or the interest of the Sadhu, or the interest of the Guru Varga, or the interest of God? The scripture says that ethics has to be upside down. In the West we learn that first you have to serve yourself, then you serve your wife, then you serve your family, then you serve the building, and then you serve the society. Then at the last point you serve God, because God is so far away, you have urgencies. But the Vedic scripture says that it's the opposite. First you serve God, then you serve the sadhus, the guru, then you serve the planet, then you serve humankind, then you serve the city, the country, and then your family, and then your wife, and the last place is yourself. This is the proper ethics. That doesn't mean that we're going to act like crazy and have a monkey renunciation and pretend that we are ready to shave our head and to become a saint immediately. Yeah? Rai Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives a step-by-step process. It's so correct for someone who wants to establish himself in society. And he has to work, to have a house, but the house is for what? To play husband and wife, to play Barbie and Ken, to play like Radha and Krishna, or to use the house to gain knowledge, to get out of the illusion. And to gain knowledge, to become responsible and see the sacrifice of the saint. People think, oh, someone sacrificed his life, how beautiful that person was back in the medieval times. On ancient times, people, the saints used to get tortured. But what about the saint who's being tortured now for me? Now. Shamdas Babaji Maharaj is not taking hot showers in the winter to prove to me that he is following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in toto, the way we say it. 100% following. He's doing this for me. He could take hot shower. He could dress himself in which cloth he wanted, because he's already the saint. But he's proving to me with his behavior, with the fact that he doesn't accept fancy things, he doesn't have a bank account, he depends on the mercy of the Lord on purpose to prove to me that what he's saying is the truth. So I have the duty, if I'm not a rascal, to serve him now, every day, and to listen about him every day. It's so beautiful. And about him every day. Okay. May I realize what I'm saying and serve him more and more every second, not only every day.
Jai Gaur, Haribol, yes. So I don't know if someone else like to say something regarding.
Se mais alguém gostaria de dizer algo.
Someone? No. Okay, yes. So yeah, that what Krishnadas told is very important, because the thing is that we don't, like I started by saying that first we have to realize ourselves that we are burning. If we don't realize this, in what danger we are, then how we cannot even help ourselves. So how to serve Gurudev, what to speak of serving Gurudev. Anyhow, in this world, everybody is serving in one or another way. There are only two options. One can serve Maya, the illusionary energy, or one can serve Guru and Vaishnava. These two options are there for us. So we have to decide if we always want to put all our energy, all our life in things which are just disappearing in front of us. Now there is a beautiful verse also in Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Deha patya kalatradishu atma sanyesha shashtopi desham pramadonithanam pashyan apina pashyati. So the pashyan apina pashyati means they see that everything is disappearing, but they cannot see. They're seeing, but they are not seeing. So everybody knows, or everybody can see that all people at some point or the other, they have to leave this world. All things will just disappear. It's just a question of time. So the question is really to think deeply why I'm putting so much energy in something which will disappear at one point of my life. So why not, instead of serving the shadow, why not serving the real thing? If you really deeply start to think about it, what is the shadow? It has no substance, nothing. But this material world is compared to a shadow. of the real world, of the spiritual world. So all things what we do here, this it is like only for those really a very small corner in this whole creation. Like in a state, you have a government which has put some prisoners, the prison, so we are in that place. So why do we are putting so much effort to stay very nice and comfortable in the prison cell? It is still a prison cell. So if the comfort there is luxurious or not, still we cannot go out. So, and we will always have to undergo rebirth, death, old age, sickness, and all those things. All these problems are there. So if someone really wants to solve these problems in life, first this question has to be answered, no? What is, and that at one point when this comes, that really why I'm here in this world, what is my, where I'm going after also, not only just to have a short vision, no? Short vision, that is very dangerous. But we have to see in a long term what will happen, no? In after that life. So where will I go? Because this human form is a very rare gift. There are so many jivas in lower creatures, millions of millions, and this human life form is very, very rare. So it is said, Turnam yatetana prajatanam mrityayavan. You should immediately take up this chance to try to go for self-realization, because anyway sense gratification is in every species available, no? This what we are feeling topmost now, what we are doing to enjoy in this world, this is really available in every species. There's no, but the human form has the chance to evolve now, no? To get some step further. But for that we need Gurudev. And I had also some thoughts about here in India, because I'm seeing also so many things here, and this makes me a little bit reflect that really to be close to Krishna can be also an obstacle. That sounds maybe now somehow strange, because how can it be to be close to Krishna? How can it be an obstacle? But yes, it can. So let me try to explain it somehow to you, because I can see here in India that many people, they grow up in a surrounding which we all can only dream of, imagine, no? Like they have temples, they have ashrams, they have places to pray, they have the deities, they have all the ancient scriptures, the Vedic literature, and all of these things. Like Bhagavad Gita is just in every household, no? As a Bhagavad Gita. So in one sense, we can say that they are really close to Krishna, because that opportunities, that possibilities, if you have all this in front of you, then what to say, no? But the question is now, is this all really enough? Then we have to ask, no? Also, when you see at the time of Mahaprabhu, then many people, they were very close to our Gauranga, to Mahaprabhu, to Sachinandan Gaurahari, but very few they could really realize that he is Bhagavan, that Bhagavad Tattva Darshan, no? To see, to have really a darshan of the truth, who he is really. They all would see him in the marketplace, when he is going on the market, they would see him bathing in the Ganga, but they would not come to know the real identity of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So almost nobody he could realize really. And yeah, because the mysterium about Krishna or Gaura, the mystery about Krishna and Gaura, it can really be realized through the pure devotee. And if we don't have that pure devotee, then even we are surrounded by all this, we will still we will lack the most important thing of it. That what we discussed in the beginning of our meeting, that Gurudev is the backbone, Gurudev is the magnet who holds the fundamental thing in our life, which holds everything else in our spiritual life. So if we don't take shelter at such a pure devotee, and really we can bathe our soul in his divine Harikatha, no? Then by really sincerely hearing that, then it will be possible. Otherwise it is impossible to understand the glory of Bhagavan just by living near to Krishna. That's why I said, to being close to Krishna, that can be also an obstacle. Because now, so you see, for many Indians, this can be really a big hindrance. Because they don't feel really the necessity to approach someone like a guru, no, who really tell them about Krishna or about Gaura. Because somehow their environment or their closeness to Krishna, to God, like in that way, in all those forms, has somehow colored their minds with a strong belief that yes, I know Krishna. Everyone you ask here in India, most of them, they will say, yes, I know Krishna. Gaura, yes, Gaura. And oh, Nitai. And also if you say, if someone wants to get the Bhagavad Gita, no, Bhagavad Gita, that is, I read already so many times in my house, we have Bhagavad Gita. So, but this is the kind of closeness which can really create a big distance from them, because it's dangerous. They think themselves so familiar with this that it makes a big gapping to the real approach. And I was thinking that is maybe also by Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said to Sadananda Swami when he was saying that he was expressing somehow his sorrow that he could not be born or grown up in an Indian traditional ambiente or environment. So to have all these natural feelings towards the Lord, no? But what Prabhupada said, that he's lucky that he is not born in India, and he has not developed all those ideas, because there it's even more difficult. Even the externally it seems they're all worshipping God and the Lord, Gaura, Krishna and this, but the real deep Sambandha they have not developed. Oh, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So they have not really a deep understanding about it. It's all superficial somehow. Yes, it looks so. That's why one should be not confused if one is coming to India. Then there are very few who taking really those steps to really approach a Satguru, a pure soul, to find the way to God. Because so many, they have their ego, yes, I can make it my own way, and that is especially seen here in India. It's very prominent that very, very few they approach a real sadhu, because without approaching that real sadhu it will not be possible. So Arjuna also, he was very close to Krishna, no? But still he was lamenting. So it was only after that he really said that from now onwards I'm your disciple. Please instruct me. So he was very near. Unless we really surrender to that process, then we can be near to all those opportunities, but unless we take the same steps like Arjuna, that really from now on I'm your disciple and you guide me in my life. Like Krishnadas said, Guru and Vaishnava, they are doctor. So we have to come to them in front of them and follow their diet, take their medicine, take their instructions, and then we will be cured. So he said, please instruct me now what I have to do. And then all his doubts and lamentation went away. So it is it is not enough just to be close to Krishna in that way, which is available here. No, it is only when really one surrenders to this process which is laid down by Krishna himself. Krishna himself has given that system, no, to approach him. It is coming in form of Guru Parampara, in the lineage of different spiritual masters. In that line, we have to approach Krishna. We cannot go directly. So, and that will be the approach. It is only through Guru and Vaishnava. And as soon we then surrender, then also our sorrow and lamentation, we will come to know the truth, the reality. We will come to really understand who is Krishna, Krishna's nature, and so on. So all this will become clear. But without that step to really surrender, it's impossible. So I'm sometimes really astonished that one can be so close to Krishna, even being in that land of Mahaprabhu, where all his pastimes take place, but still, it's near, but still very far. So the conclusion is that without Guru Parampara, without that system which Krishna has created, without following that, never, 3 times we can approach the Lord, we can reach the Lord. So that were some thoughts which I was thinking and I wanted to share. And time is also running always. So yes, I will stop. I think if somebody else wants to share something, then please let us hear something if you wish so. So my Dandavat Pranam to all. Jai Gaur, Hare Krishna.